Tax increases, that's just one of the highlights in New Haven Mayor John DeStefano's new budget.
Yeah, it also features increases in manpower to both the police and fire departments. News 8's Keith Kuntz was at City Hall today when the mayor laid out his spending plan. Keith?
Darren and Sonia, this is a very ambitious budget to be sure, and it will certainly be picked apart during the legislative process. But the mayor is clearly putting a high priority on combating crime in the Elm City.
We will be having several classes of recruits.
The mayor's budget calls for an additional 67 police officers being added to the force and increasing the number of cops walking a beat from 20 up to 40.
I think the walking beats, for instance, are very much about building relationships with community. From relationships come information, and with information comes solvability on crime.
New Haven residents like Sean Martin like the idea.
That would be a definite improvement for the city of New Haven, a definite improvement. He needs to do that more. Put the cops out of the cars and on the beat.
The mayor also wants to double the police department's internal affairs department, and the budget also calls for the hiring of 43 new firefighters. I asked the mayor how police and fire department manpower can be increased without a tax hike.
One, because we've had great growth in the grand list. We are getting new revenues from things that are being built in the city that are adding new taxes.
He also says staffing increases will cut overtime costs. For city workers, the mayor says there will be no wage increases unless they've already been negotiated.
The spending plan does include the elimination of 125 educational positions that the mayor hopes can be achieved through attrition and not layoffs.
I asked the mayor what options he'd have if fewer education workers leave than the city anticipates.
Then we're going to face a choice about whether to continue them or not. And we'll make that choice when we know better what that's going to be. When we see what the state budget is finally for the Board of Ed this year, and we look at other choices and how we balance the budget.
And the mayor also says effective negotiations between the city and a number of the unions has also been a critical factor in this budget that, again, does not include a tax increase. Of course, as with the rollout of any municipal budget, it will certainly look different by the time the Board of Aldermen is ready to sign off on it. Sonia, back to you.